I am Bablu and I would like to thank the Spark Foundation for providing me an internship as in data science and business analytics. This is my task 1 and this is my problem statement. Predict the percentage of a student based on the number of study hours, and what will be the predicted score of a student if he studies for 9.25 hours per day. So this is me, and I have used the techniques used for analysis are linear regression technique with scikit-learn. I have imported the linear regression model from the scikit-learn library, which is a simple linear regression because I am having only 2 variables. Now let us start the program. In this program I have used some libraries like pandas for mathematical calculations, numpy for getting the array, and matplotlib to visualize the content so that it can be easily understood by us. So I am reading data from CSV file. The CSV file contains the data which is having number of hours studied and scores. So let us see the file. This is the CSV file which is having only 25 records for now, and now I am moving back. I am reading using read CSV function. So let us see how the data looks like. The data has 2 columns, that is hours and scores. Now it is very tedious task for us to get a inference from this data. So to make it interesting, we will visualize using the scatter graph. So I have plotted the data here, the hours and percentages. I have plotted the scores. You can see the number of hours studied and how much percentage he has scored in this scatter graph. You can easily see that there is a simple linear regression, like if the person studies more hours, he is getting more percentage. It is a simple linear regression. A linear line can be drawn from here, from the point 0 to in an increment order, so that it can get the data. So let us see how they are related. Now we will prepare the data. We are making the data as training data and test data. X is the trained data and Y is the predicted data which we will get. Now we have an inbuilt function called train test split. It will split the data into 2 parts. It is in training and test parts. After moving on, we will train the algorithm and we will have simple import the algorithm from this library. From sklearn.linear model we are importing linear regression, and we are setting the linear regression. Now for the training of data, we pass the 2 variables xtrain and ytrain to get the data, to get a line which can be fit into the data. So after getting the line, we will plot the line. It is the line which is passing through all the graphs and making the errors to be minimum. We will see what is the error means, and this is how the line looks after the plotting. Now we have to make prediction. This is the data of testing data, and we have to predict the data. Like we have to predict the data in scores. How many scores he will get, we have to predict. After passing how many hours he has studied, we will give a model that how many hours you have studied, and our model will predict how much percentage you can get. So this is the prediction model, and we can get that after passing this model, this is the actual percentage he got and this is the predicted percentage he got. This is predicted by our model. It is somewhat equivalent. So let us see our problem statement now. Now we have passed at hour as 9.25%. This is hours. This is how many hours the student has studied. Now let us see how much percentage he will get. Our model has predicted that if he studies 9.25 hours per day, he will get 93.69%. This is the predicted score which is our model is telling us. So the final step is how much errors we get. It is a mean squared error. We get the mean squared error as 4.18, which is a very low error, and it is having an accuracy about 85 to 90 percentage. So the conclusion is that if a person studies 9.5 hours per day, then he will get 93.69 scores. It is predicted based on our previous data, like if a person studies this much of graph, he will get this much of score. You can see this, and this is the conclusion of our project. This is task 1. I would like to thank the Spark Foundation for giving me such an opportunity to execute this task. Thank you all.